Body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow.
Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
May the sound of this bell penetrate deeply into the cosmos. In even the darkest spots, may living beings hear it clearly, so the suffering will ease, understanding arise in their hearts, and they can transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow.
Nguyện tiếng chuông này vang pháp giới, khắp nơi u tối mọi loài nghe. Siêu nhiên vượt thoát vòng sinh tử, giác ngộ tâm tư một hướng về.
Good evening, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. Today is February the 13th, 2015. We are having our weekly Friday meditation session. Welcome. How are you? Last Wednesday and Thursday, that means yesterday, and the day before yesterday, according to the Vietnamese and Chinese tradition, many homes celebrate and honor a special person, a special god in their family, and they call the kitchen god. In the Vietnamese and Chinese tradition, 1 week before the New Year, they have a special offering in the kitchen in order to show their gratitude, their respect to the kitchen god, who has put a lot of effort to help their family for cooking, for keeping, for making, help them to keep the house cozy and healthy. And they believe that that day they farewell the kitchen god, so the kitchen god can go to heaven and report all the good things about them to God. So hopefully God will help them, continue to help them, protect them, and give them prosperity. And usually what they would do is they make some tea, some cookies, or some special dessert. And they have a paper cup so they can burn and offer to the kitchen god. Because they believe that the kitchen god will travel to heaven by this special fish, a cup. In our Vietnamese and Chinese tradition, this is nothing related to Buddhism, but this is the tradition of the country. But it has a special meaning in there that we can learn from. Because you can see that every day, most of the time that we spend after work is in the kitchen. We cook and we have meal together. And this special God stay in your house, protect your house, and protect your home. House means a facility where you stay in. The house is made by material, like bricks, cement, nails, and everything. But the home is made by the presence of the family, of each other. So we have to clear what is home and what is house. If we stay in the same house, but we cannot talk to each other, we never have meal together, we never have chance to share time together, and that is not a home. It's only a house. It's only a residential. People just stay in overnight, and then they the next morning they do on their own business. But home is the place where the family together and having meal together. We can see that everybody go to work. And we have lunch at our workplace, at company. Only we back home in the evening, and the wife, the mother spend time to cook. The father, the husband, help. The children can help to set up the table. The husband can help his wife to making the food. And when we cook, cooking time is a time for us to express our love, because we know what dish that one of our family member like, and we start to make the dish. So usually we make few dishes according to our family members, whoever like whatever dish, and we will start to prepare for the dish. So making the food to express the love. And because we have think of that person, that's why we try to make some food that person like. So what is the kitchen god in the house taking care of? He look after the meal, because meal symbolize for food that nourish our physical body. And he also look at our home, that means our behavior. Remember that in our daily life, we nourishing each other not only by food, but also by the way we behave, by the way we treat each other. And because we know that God stay in our home, stay in our house, and He look after us, that's why we have to be very mindful on how we talk to each other, how we treat each other, how we behave. The same as when we cook, we also very careful when we cook. We cook carefully, we cook wholeheartedly. That means we know that this will make everybody happy. Then we have to also make sure we know that the way we behave, the way we talk, the way we treat each other make sure we make our loved one happy. Our life is not only survived by food, but we also survive by the way we treat each other. So in Asian tradition, when they doing something like they believe in a such of God, a such of a holy person, doesn't mean, a person somewhere. But they set up a person like that, it means the mindfulness. So be careful the way we behave, the way we talk, and the way we nurture each other. And this special fish, carp, in Asian belief, this fish hold a jade in his mouth. And he need to cross over a very strong waves in order to arrive to heaven. That means we all have an intent to protect by the heaven, or to live a life like heaven. Then we have to learn to be flexible. And we all hold a wish. We all hold a wish, a special wish, a good wish, or an intent in each of us. Now we can ask ourselves, each of us, at least we have a wish. So that's why on your birthday, before you blow your candle and cut the cake, what do? You make a wish. So that means we always have a wish. And that wish symbolizes for a jade that you hold inside. But if you already have a wish, make sure you make that wish come true. And remember, when you want something to be successful, you need to cross over many difficulties, many obstacles in order to achieve, in order to arrive, in order to success. And how do we live? How do we over all the difficulties? Be mindful like the fish. Because the fish don't close their eyes even when they sleep. So open the eyes like a fish symbolize for we always be very careful and mindful on our daily living, especially our daily consuming. If we have any kind of addiction, make sure we understand, is that a negative addiction or not? Like smoking, drinking, gambling, those are all the negative food that we take in every day, and those are not the healthy things for the body. And of course, when we're addicted to those things, we also will not make our family happy. So if we realize at the end of the year, we farewell the kitchen god, that means we farewell the old. And when are you welcome the kitchen god back home? On the 30th of the lunar, of the 12th month. So they farewell the kitchen god for 7 days. And then on the last day, before they celebrate right on the New Year's Eve, they welcome back the kitchen god. That means they welcome the good things to come back. They already let go of the old. This is a reminding to all of us. Every year, we may accidentally create a lot of things that make our loved ones suffer. Accidentally, we may do something to cause problem for ourselves. then it is a chance for us. This is a chance to remind us, let go all of that and be ready for something new to coming up. That's why in the tradition, we start to clean the house. Clean the house. Clean our bedroom. Change the bed sheet. Wash your pillows, wash your pillowcase, wash your blanket, everything nice and neat and clean. So in order to welcome everything new completely. You know, in Vietnam, even a very poor family, they will try their best to buy a new set of clothes so they can wear on the new day. I remember when I was young, and at my time in Vietnam, most of us are very poor. And my father, he sent to us, each of us, a new set of clothes. And my mother allowed me to wear that set of new clothes on the first day of the year. And then right after that day, she take back, she washes, she clean it, she iron it, and she put back in the drawer, and she say, next year you have a chance to wear it again. So even now, I live in Canada, I still remember, I still thinking of those poor children. I save my money, I send back to Vietnam to help many kids in countryside where their family is very poor. And I give them, each of them, a new set of clothes because this is the tradition. But this tradition will remind us a kind of practice. You take shower, you wear new clothes. That's why when you have your new clothes on the first day of the year, you watch your language. Watch the words you use on the first day of the year. So not there to say something wrong. Why New Year so important? Because it is a day to inform. You have a chance to renew yourself, to make things new. Anything that's already passed, let it pass. And you have the beautiful path in the front. You have the front way to continue. So what is the meaning of confession in Buddhism? Confession doesn't mean you do bad and you do to confess to Buddha and you continue to do and next day you confess. But confess means you are aware what you have done wrong in the past and make the solemn vow to renew tomorrow. So that's why the kitchen in the Vietnamese tradition is important. You can imagine when you wake up in the morning after you wash your face, brush your teeth, where you go? Kitchen. You make tea, you make coffee, you make breakfast. You pack your lunch and then you go to work. Before you go to work, you think what I am going to cook for this evening. And then you take some of the things out from the freezer. You defrost it. And then soon you arrive home. Where you go? You get changed and then most of your evening you spend in the kitchen. And before you go to bed, you also visit the kitchen once again to check your stove, to make sure they're all turned off, or you take milk or you drink water or whatever, and then you start to go to bed. So most of the activity in the family after work is in the kitchen. So if you still cooking in your family, that means your house, your home still cozy. The mother arrives after work. The father arrives after work. The children arrive after work. We all have meal together. Dinner time is the time to enjoy the meal and the presence of each other. It is time for us to share things going on, what happened in the day. And it's time to teach our children, to ask about their work at school. Usually after meal, we would start to talk. How was your day? You have any homework today? You need any help? Anything we need to share is the time in the dinner time. So even we are the monastics, we live in the temple. And most of the young monks go to school in the morning. So for the whole day we didn't see each other. We only see each other all together is the dinner time. So I always try my best to come to join the dinner. Only when I'm not well, only something I have special occasion that I need to be, then I will absent for the meal. Most of the time, if I'm home, then I will try to be with the monks, the nuns, to have dinner. And because anything we need to announce for the next day is the meal time. Because that is the time that everybody will together. In the tradition of the monastic life, lunch hour is the most important because that is the time everybody come for a formal meal. Nobody allowed to absent for the lunch hour, except that person has a special things to do for the community. Otherwise, he has to attend a formal meal. And anything you want to request the community for help, or you want to ask for any permission, lunch hour is the time to address your request, to present your request. If any house, any home, we don't cook much, most of the time we go out to eat. And that is not a cozy family. We need to cook. Because cooking time is the time to enjoy. And you put your love in your dish. One day I was travel with a man, and on the way we talked, and this is what he shared. Even I spend time with my friends to drink, for coffee, or for go out to eat. But I still find that the meal in the family and cooked by my wife is always special. Because when you organize a table and making meal together like that, it's always keep the union of the family, and you feel like you really have a home. So usually when the children back home, the mother always has something already ready for them. And if you know that your son or your daughter is not home yet, you also will save something with the name on and, ask them to enjoy the meal that you cook. Even he is not home on time. So if we have a chance to talk, to sit together, to have meal, Make sure we don't eat with television. Make sure we don't eat with iPhone, iPad, but we need to declare, now it is time for not iPhone, not iPad, but I eat. And I enjoy. So one day I told my young students, less iPhone, less iPad, more I pray. So now we can talk. Yesterday there was a young couple came to the temple and visit me, and they discussed about the materialistic life. And I asked them if any day that your cell phone is out of battery, you cannot use your phone and you feel very comfortable. You feel very uncomfortable. That means something wrong with your daily use. And we ask a question, how come? 20 years ago, I don't have a cell phone, I'm still happy. 20 years later, I don't have a phone, just even an hour, I don't happy. So someday we need to, that is a chance to challenge ourselves. Am I living my life free from technology? Free doesn't mean you don't want them. Free means you have them, you using them, but you are not attached to them. If you realize it's out of battery and you have a chance to recharge, fine. But some place you go, there's no chance, there's no place for you to recharge. You cannot change the situation. Then why don't you enjoy? Why don't you relax and make your day be normal? So what is the kitchen God? Kitchen God is us. And kitchen God is something to make sure we are not only taking care for the food we eat, but we also taking care for the way we live. We know how to prepare a dish. What ingredients for the dish, and how to arrange the dish to make it look nice. Not only taste good, but also look nice. Then we also need to watch out. Every single word we talk, every single action we do is not only to express what you want, but you have to have the art to let people appreciate the way you want. And they're willing to help you what you want. It's like a child when they ask their mom for something and their mom not satisfy them. You can, if that child is not a happy child, is not the accepted child, you can see how their face look, how the way they walk, how the way they close the door. So, in the Vietnamese tradition, the 23rd of the 12th month on the lunar calendar, once a year, they offer the kitchen god. They farewell and they welcome, but it's contained the meaning. The kitchen god look after your meal and look after your behavior. And in each of us, we have that kind of God. Not only, look after your house, but also pay attention to your home. Sometimes we spend time to clean the house, to look nice, clean, so people can come in and enjoy the outlook of our house. But we are not much time to take good care for our home. We want new clothes. We want new hairstyle. We want, everything to be fashion, new, modern. But us, our habits never change. We want to change everything around to make it look new. But we don't take good care for us. We don't want to change us. We don't want to change ourselves to make sure we look newer each day. When we iron our clothes, make sure we iron nice and neat. Iron means we don't want our clothes look wrinkled. But how come we never iron? Lot of wrinkles in our inside of us. So the house and the home. Sometimes we willing to water the flower, but we forgot to water our loved one. They also like plants, flower, and trees. They need water too. We're willing to take care for the pets, like our dog, our cat. But we never care for our loved one that still can talk, can look, and can understand us. Having meal together is also a chance to cultivate our loving kindness. When you have a meal like this, we need to think to people who don't have anything to eat. Lot of hungry children on the world. And how come we waste? So in our tradition, you are not allowed to leave back in your bowl even one grain of rice. And in the monk's life, after you finish, make sure you clean your bowl and eat everything by put some tea in your bowl, rinse it and drink it. That shows you always appreciate everything in front of you. Keep in mind, food to nourish the body. The way we treat each other is a food to nurture each other. We need food for body, but we also need food for the mind. The beautiful words we share always make people happy. The way we ask for help, we have to ask in such a way to make people happy and willing to help. And if we don't have enough mindfulness, we don't have enough peace and joys, we cannot do that. If we have a lot of anger, anxiety, sorrows, how can we show out any peace, any joy? That's why every day we need meditation. Meditation is a good medication. Sit still, calm ourselves by follow our breath. We only can be clear when we're able to be calm. When we are calm, we will be clear. If we are not calm enough, we are unable to clear what are we doing, then how is our family situation? So make sure the kitchen God talk good about us. Make sure the kitchen God will report good things about us. That is why when you go to a funeral, according to Asian tradition, after you visit a funeral, before you walk out, the family members used to give you an envelope with a candy inside. What is that candy symbolized for? Because when you come to visit a funeral, that means you come to share the time of sorrows, the time of difficulties. It's symbolized for bitter. You come to share that with them. They show they appreciate back by giving you the sweetie. They give you a candy. And inside the candy, sometimes you have 25 cents. If any family who is richer, they can give you $1 or a red thread, symbolized for good luck and prosperity. And on outside the envelope, they have two Chinese characters. Kết nghĩa, it means try to stick together in the friendship. That's how Asians think of. You come to share with me the sorrow. I show my appreciate before you leave. Please take this candy as the sweetie. We tried, we learned, and we want to share with you. We treat you back. That's why when you come to New Year, lot of sweet meat, like coconut with candies, different kind of sweeties. New Year's coming, you need to eat something sweet. So hopefully your whole year can be sweet. And they decorate pink flower, yellow flower. Yellow flower symbolized for good luck. Pink flower also symbolized for good health, good luck. And these two kind of flowers that you see we decorate bloom in the cold season. Symbolized for a person who's strong can go over even in the cold weather. If there is no cold, we don't have this kind of flower blooms. If there is no mud, no problems, we don't learn anything from life. The bamboo, the pine tree, the yellow flower symbolize for the friendship in the winter time. Because this flower bloom in the cold weather. You can see the evergreen tree. No matter how cold, the pine, the evergreen tree still can stand. Cold weather symbolizes for difficulties. You still fresh, strong, and healthy. No mud, no lotus. No suffering, no happiness. No difficulties, no successful. You don't have any problems, you cannot learn anything from life. Sometimes you like a chili dish, very chilly, but you like it. Then life is the same, sometimes very chilly. But if you can take it, you can taste it. You like pepper, you like chili, you like bitter melon, you like sweet and sour together, then life is also have many different tastes like that. Sometimes sweet and sour mixed together make a good dish. Then this life also the same. Many things come. Make yourself stronger and healthier. You never fall down. You never experience how pain and never experience how to stand up. Lastly, I want to remind the Buddha's word. The Buddha said, the most thing that we respect from a person, that when he fall down and then he knows how to stand up. Few more days, this coming Wednesday, we will celebrate the Vietnamese New Year's Eve. I still will see you next Friday. That means on the second day of the New Year. But before we celebrate, and you will wonder how come, you all know the Chinese Vietnamese New Year is coming soon. And I want to share one of the tradition in our tradition is offering the kitchen god. And what is mean by that? The kitchen god look after your meal, look after your house, your home. Not only make good food, but make sure we have a good behavior, the good way to living. We treat each other in such a way that we can reduce the pain, the suffer to each other. So he will come up to heaven and he will report good things about us. Heaven means when you reflect and you realize you have lived your year as good as you wish, then you're happy. God will happy with you. God means your mind. So look after your house. Look after your home. We have 2 meals every day. Meal for the mind and meal for the body. So if you have time next Tuesday, I invite you to come and help us to decorate the hall, arrange the fruits, and get ready for the Wednesday night. So we will start our activities, cleaning up the Buddha hall at 6:30 of Tuesday, next Tuesday. And I also invite you for New Year's Eve on Wednesday night. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your presence. Please enjoy your weekend and see you next week.
Body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow.
Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
May the sound of this bell penetrate deeply into the cosmos. In even the darkest spots, may living beings hear it clearly, so the suffering will ease, understanding arise in their hearts, and they can transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow.
Nguyện tiên